We are working it today with Andy Challenger of Challenger Gray and Christmas, here to talk about the Challenger job cuts. Thanks for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
So every month your group tracks what's going on with sectors and companies that plan to cut jobs. What are you learning about October?
Yeah, October was a really low month for announced job cuts. U.S. employers announced 29,831 job cuts. That's down 3% from October last year. And year to date, over the same period, we're down 25% from 2016.
Wow. So companies are what, holding on to employees?
Companies are holding on to employees. They're really cautious not to make big changes in their workforces right now because labor markets are so tight. And it's the reason why we're now at a 20-year low. This is the lowest number we've seen since 1997.
Now, it has been a rough time for retailers. Retailers have the highest amount of job cuts going.
Yeah, it's this industry that's going through a pivot. Retail's led the number of cuts coming from any sector, but at the same time, they've led in the number of new hires they're doing because they're cutting real brick and mortar jobs, but hiring in transportation and shipping and handling.
This surprised me. Healthcare had quite a number of job cut announcements. What's going on with that? Because that was a really hot sector. Everybody was going into healthcare. The baby boomer talk that it was going to be this big growth area. Why the job cuts?
Yeah, we still expect healthcare to be a big sector over the next 10 years as baby boomers need more and more medical care. However, there's some consolidation going on in the industry. So hospitals themselves have been closing and shutting down and losing jobs over the last year.
And it's really rough in rural areas. I've been talking to some people. Now, the jobs report came out in October, and the number was a miss. But how do you read this number?
I actually saw it as a really positive number. A lot of those jobs that were lost in September due to the hurricanes actually came back and then some as particularly hospitality industries rebounded.
Good to know. Thanks so much for coming on. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for having me.